And then I was screaming, we will miss the school bus. And she was like, no, come and hug me, help me to brush hair. I'm like, no, I won't love you if you don't brush your teeth. And then she says, but I will love you even if you don't brush your teeth. The sixth thing I wanted to talk about and point out to you is something that may sound a little trivial compared to what all we are talking about, which are the big chunks. But that is exactly what would matter at the end of the day. Okay, so by the time I end all 7 of them, I'll ask you, which one mattered the most, because every time I'm introducing each one of them, I think I'm trying to establish that why it is going to be more important or critical than the rest of it. But here is the other one. Say, for example, you have listened to me and my workshop today, and then, of course, you close the screen and go for a walk or have a cup of tea, and then somebody else asks you, okay, fine, so you did the workshop. What was it about? And what would you say? What was it about? Would you speak for 40 minutes? No. You would perhaps say that it was about the 7 P's of public speaking. You could perhaps say one thing that stuck with you. And what is that one thing that could stick with you? And what is my power in trying to manipulate that this is what I will leave you with, so that every time somebody else asks you what was it about, you would be, quoting the line I want you to quote, so that the main impact spreads around and the germ spreads around. And that's the punchline. So punchline is something that comes with practice. Frankly, I am a bit of, nowadays I have become very lazy. Given I speak so much, I walk into presentations and workshops and conversations without any preparation, like I did for this one. I just walked in and I knew that, okay, fine, I do this 24/7 and I know what I will talk about. But punchline is something that, of course, you will have to think in your mind in advance. And if it is not something you will be doing for every of your speech, it is important you do it for the ones that are going to be important in your speaking career or in your life or career in general. Like, just to give you a couple of examples from some of my past speeches. I remember, when I was a quarter finalist at the World Championship of Public Speaking in Toastmasters at the district. I was a district finalist. So in that speech, my punchline was the title of the speech, which is, even if you do not brush your teeth. And people were like, what? And my speech title really was that, even if you do not brush your teeth. And it was a story about me and my trysts and triumphs with love and my love affair, which finally came to a reckoning when my little daughter, 3-year-old at that time, she was about to go to school in the morning. And then I was in the kitchen preparing breakfast for her. And then she was in the washroom, not brushing her teeth. And then I was screaming, we will miss the school bus. And she was like, no, come and hug me, help me to brush hair. I'm like, no, I won't love you if you don't brush your teeth. And then she says, but I will love you even if you don't brush your teeth. And I then say that that moment I realized what it means to love, to really love, that I will love you even if you do not brush your teeth. So that was the punchline I used in one example. Another 1 or 2 examples could be, in my first TEDx, for example, I spoke about gender neutral parenting. And the punchline I used was swap the toys. And I gave a call to action to the audience to say that the next time you get invited for a birthday party, buy a doll for the boy, buy a fast racing car for the girl, and don't buy a gun for anyone. So swap the toys. On the second one, when I spoke about women and workplaces in my second TEDx, I said that, our parents from our generation, our parents brought us up women to be ready for the workplace. But it is now on us to grow up the workplace to be ready for women. So punchlines are something that you cleverly do. It's not to say that they're not authentic or they're not heartfelt, but also they're slightly manipulative. They're slightly something that will stick onto you like a Velcro. And if later on somebody asks you, what did she talk about? You might remember that more than the rest of it. And as a speaker, we have to be humble enough to understand that people would retain. If people retain that you spoke at all, you are in good luck. So as punchy your punchline is going to be, it is good for you.